Hey guys, welcome back. Joey again, Vegas D-Tech. Welcome back. I hope you guys are doing well today, man. Yeah, I had to get home here and make up a little chit-chat sheet here of this little series that I promised you that I was going to make, where I was going to go back and go through my detectors and relist them and tell you why I bought them, what I liked about them, and why I still use them today. And here's the story, right? So somewhere back in 2019, I had left my detector on my car and didn't put a blanket over the back or something like that. 2 days later, I came back looking for it, and it wasn't there. And obviously, it just dawned on me, man. I was like, damn it, I had left it. So somebody jacked it, and it's gone. So I needed to get another detector, and I was like, okay, well, what do I have budget-wise to get back into it? I'm really, not trying to go 500, 700. I wasn't really there yet. I'm as a hobbyist here, guys, I'm not making any money doing this, and I know the reality to metal detecting, and the reality is, man, you're gonna find a whole lot more trash than you find things that are good. So being that was the case, this is the amount of money that I was willing to put forth to it, and my dedication level said 300 to 350. So I would get on the Google and I would take a look on there for the best metal detectors 2020, 2019, and this one just kept coming up in the list over and over and over again. Best bang for your buck, best bang for your buck. And I think you guys know what who I'm going to go with, because I never even heard of the company when I first pulled them up. You know what I mean? I've never heard of Nokta Makro. But nevertheless, man, you know what? Let's cut the chatter and get to what matters. And it's going to be this guy right here. And that's going to be the Nokta Makro Simplex Plus. Yeah, man. There's a whole lot to cover with this guy right here. This baby, man, let me tell you. Compared to the stuff that I was swinging, this was a complete reinvention, redesign, a complete step up in quality, in features, and everything else that you could possibly think that a detector should have. This one had it. So I want to go off with the first things first. The first thing that I liked about this detector, man, was just the control box, man. The control box with the vertical control box design where it was upright. All the other detectors that I had the sideways horizontal box. And, that was pretty much getting to be old school, man. Seeing them boxes like that, they just look like, like every other detector had that same style. Or they had that, like that AT Pro style where it looked like that little pod over the top. And I just didn't want that. I wanted something that looked good. And it looked like that Minelab Equinox came up with that style where they had the vertical box. And this one right here had the exact same thing. And I was like, okay, that looked really dope from the beginning. So I like that feature. I like that. And the next thing that I saw was the pistol grip. Yeah, man. I really like the old pistol grip on there. I love this design. Those S-shaped, what do you call it? The rods. I'm not with that no more, man. That's too old school, bro. The aluminum rods that are S-shaped, those are like hospital crutch designs, man. And I didn't want that no more. All my other detectors had that. And I was like, come on, man. Let's step into the future. We're talking about 2019, 2020. Let's quit using crutches. We can come up with a better design. And so, yes, the pistol grip design was this one. So I have the control box that I like. I like the pistol grip. And then, of course, the aluminum shaft on this one right here, they didn't have that. This was like all plastic, man, and it was like not round. This one right here had that kind of it looked like it was like a box style, like a box design shaft. And it was fully collapsible, man. You know what I mean? So I could just open this thing all the way up and then fully collapse it small, easily concealable, easily transportable. You could throw it in a backpack. You could put it on a back of a motor scooter and take off. I could use my car. I could throw it in the back of the truck behind the seat. So there was a lot of areas that I didn't have to have a full-blown metal detector, and I could just take this guy with me. So the ability for it to collapse like that, another good feature. Plus, I love the whole cam lock design, right? These cam locks that they came up here with, man, those old other detectors I had, man, you had to twist the old cam lock, and then you had to go and press the detents and push it in, and you could only adjust it between one detent and the next, nothing in between, and it was just kind of a pain. And this thing right here was totally cool because you could just flip that little lever and just give yourself a ½ inch, a 1/4 inch, whatever, because sometimes you'll notice that when you're in the field and you're sweeping, that you just feel like, man, I'm leaning forward too far or I'm leaning back too far, and all you need to do is just make a quick little adjustment of a half an inch or so, and you're feeling comfortable. So that cam lock quick flip cam lock design, man, say that 3 times. Quick flip cam lock design. Yeah, man, that was another feature. And then of course the coil, man. I mean, not the coil, but the cuff, the arm cuff. Man, this thing has one of the most robust arm cuffs that I ever think that I've ever seen on any detector. You know, not that cheap flimsy thing that you squeeze. This thing, whatever, man, this thing is thick and rugged, man. Like, they didn't waste no money on the plastic on this, man. This one is absolutely heavy duty. And it has that little teeny hole in the back there. It looks like that was made for some battery or something, which we all know already. That's exactly what it's for the new Legend. They actually use the same arm cuff on their machine too. Next thing, man, is the durable double D coil. Yeah, man, the Simplex came with a double D coil, and that double D coil was awesome in the design, because the Equinox stuff, man, I've seen people complaining that they're busting the ears and they have to use these coil stiffeners and just ridiculous stuff that is not even necessary and only being offered by the aftermarket. And if you take a look here at this coil design, man, just take a look at how stiff those ears are, man. They're thick, dude. They're absolutely built to take punishment and be used, you know, like military grade. So that was, you know, so build quality, man, that was automatically something that caught my eye. All right, so moving on, man. As far as the features are concerned, man, the features next, man. Now, so you know what? Very, very limited when I was using the Technetic stuff, you know, the Delta 4000 and the Gamma 6000, I think it was. Very basic, man. Didn't have none of these features, bro. And I couldn't believe, for the price of this detector, that all these things were going to come with it. Starting off with first of all, the interface, man. I love the interface, you know. It was well laid out, you know, and it had the VDI scale. I'm very used to the 0 to 100 VDI scale, because it allows me to separate targets with plenty of room in between them. You know, when you run a compressed target ID, everything gets bunched together, and a lot of times those tones, they kind of share your what do you call it, your target ID spectrum. They run into each other, so like one target sounds just like the next target, because they both fire off the same tone on you, because they're like next door neighbors. Where if you have a very wide VDI scale of like 0 to 100, you're able to get different tones in different segments, and it makes it more pleasing to your ear, because as you're sweeping, you hear that one high tone, boom, you automatically can associate that that's silver or some type of a clad. And then you get that medium tone, you might think it might be a nickel or a dime, and then you get a really low tone, you might be dealing with, you know, something close to foil or iron, but you can immediately isolate and communicate that tone to that VDI to your head when you're running a 0 to 100. So I like that breathable scale. Next is the icons and the modes. This one here, man, it has all those icons in there for the field, the Park 1, Park 2, beach. I was like, what? All these different modes that you can use up here? Really amazing, man. I was like, wait, so you got a field, Park 1, Park 2, beach, and then like the all metal mode? Sweet, man. Too many modes there. And I only get to use like maybe 1 or 2. I don't have any beaches, I have no fields, and all metal. I might jump in there every once in a while, but hardly ever use that. Next thing I have here, man, is the big numbers. You know, it's really nice, man, when you don't have to look around for these little teeny numbers. The big number dead smack in the center. You hit a number, that number pops up. Again, pleasing to the eye. The graphic user interface was well designed. The light up buttons. Yeah, man, these buttons right here light up nice and blue, and they just give it a nice, you know, high-tech look, where the other buttons that I had, they were just like black or gray, and they were just very boring. But having this right here, man, just having it light up like that, sweet. And they felt nice too, you know, not too rubbery, but yet not too clickety hard, just somewhere in the middle, you know. Very nice and big. Couldn't even believe that this thing had a vibrate feature. You know, like, I mean, when would I actually need the vibrate feature? Well, maybe if there's a lot of people around and I didn't bring my headphones, say I forgot them. Well, that's nice to have right there, because I could just kick the volume really, really low, maybe in a one setting where, you know, it just barely going off, but then I can feel it in conjunction with the vibrate. And when I put both of those together, I can kind of go into like a stealthy mode of detecting. So that was another awesome little feature. And then moving on, man, even an adjustable backlight. Not only does it have a backlight, some of the backlights that we have in the detectors, they're just on or off. This one had like 8 different settings as far as like brightness control. And then it has how long it stays on. If you want it to stay on all the time, do you want it to stay on when you hit a target? Does it stay on? How long will it stay on before it goes off in between targets? Or you can just leave it on full time. So the adjustable backlight option on there, excellent. And then the flashlight. I mean, I hardly ever use it, but I just think, my God, how much features does the Simplex give you? Even a flashlight option? I mean, yeah, in low light conditions when you're hunting at dark, and you've got the backlight so you could see what's going on facing you and the icon on the machine, and then you have the flashlight that shines forward so where you could like look down into your coil and see, you know, a little bit further, so you can stretch your detect time maybe another half an hour or so past, you know, dusk. And you know, sometimes you guys know, if you guys have done any kind of real detecting, when you guys get on a roll, a lot of times those rolls happen late into the evening, and right when you're about to go is when the goodies start popping up out of the ground. And that flashlight and backlight just gives you that little bit of time to continue on that hunt and go home with something relevant and with some extra happiness, hopefully, right? Another thing too is this detector here has rechargeable batteries. One of the only ones. All the other ones that I had required AA batteries or a 9-volt or something like that, and this one right here had the first built-in batteries. It requires a dongle that goes into the back, and simple enough, the same area that you plug in for the battery, it also is the USB for communication. So you plug that same dongle in there, and instead of plugging it into power, you actually plug that into a computer. You can get all your updates. So man, an updatable detector, you know what I mean? All those features I just listed, and it's USB updatable. We're definitely stepping into, you know, modern type of technology here. Next thing too is the fully waterproof design. You know, all the other detectors I had, they were not fully waterproof. They were like water resistant to a degree. I mean, if it rained, slight drizzle, okay. If a sprinkler were to splash you a couple times, no big deal. Just wipe it off with a towel, you'll be fine. But this one right here says that it could actually be submerged. You know what I mean? So, I mean, I don't know when I'm going to be going in a swimming pool with this, man, but, you know, it's great for you guys that hunt streams or beaches or something like that, just to know that this thing is 100% waterproof. Excellent design and feature added to the detector. The next thing, too, is I liked how it has no screws on it. You know what I mean? Like, I was taking a look at some of the other Nokta Makro detectors out there, like the Amphibia, and when you flipped it around, you could actually see the screws on the back, and it looked kind of like, I don't know, looked kind of like a toolbox or something like that with all the screws. I don't like things with screws. I don't know how they open up this box, but being that it's completely sealed like this, it just gives it that nice, you know, like upgraded, you know, modern style where everything is just like your phone, just like your iPhone, man. If that thing had screws all around it, it would feel kind of Mattel toy-like. But if you take a look at your cell phone, you have no idea even how they open that, let alone this control box, which I love that style as well. And next thing is the SP24 coil. Yeah, so in addition to the 11-inch coil that it comes with, which is a great coil, it's a little bit heavy, but not really, man. I shouldn't even say that, man, because I've had heavy stuff before, and that's not a heavy coil. Not by any means. This is a very light detector all the way around, but when I found that SP24 coil, that thing right there, man, made it even lighter. You know what I mean? It doesn't go as deep as you probably lose a couple of inches on it, but where I'm detecting, I don't need all that depth anyways. You know what I mean? Everything I find are just relatively park drops within 3 to 5 inch range, and that's plenty of power to get to the things that I need. And the target separation on that coil, even better. And last but not least, man, the headphones that comes with it. Yeah, even wireless headphones. Every other detector that I had, even the X-terra, had wired headphones. Now, I was able to get a wireless module that I could pop onto the back of it, and then I had another module. I popped the module on the back, and then it communicated with the headphones wirelessly through the audio jack. So I could, I mean, technically there you could go wireless with anything with that setup, but this one right here had the wireless already built in. Man, I mean, just like that, that's like 15 features, bro, that I just laid out there for you in build quality and in overall features, man. And when you come to think about that, the value of this metal detector, being that it came in at like $249, and if you got it with the headphones, I think it was right around 300 or something like that at the time. And I was always looking at Serious Metal Detecting online, and they always had like special promos and stuff. And I seen this, I guess the third deal that they had there was the detector with the headphones and the SP24 coil, all for like $349. Dude, there is no way in the world that I have ever seen such value come from a detector, man. And all I can tell you, man, is this Simplex, man, is absolutely bang for your buck. If anybody ever asks me, hey man, can you recommend a detector for a first-time user? Without a doubt, I don't even need to think about it. The Simplex, man. I mean, the next best thing possibly to the Simplex, maybe a Vanquish, like a Vanquish 440 or something like that. But this right here, man, everything you could possibly ever want, it comes in this box right here. It's durable, it's waterproof, wireless headphones, on and on and on, man. And it finds stuff, dude. It goes down deep and it finds, it is capable, man. It will hang with the big boys, even out there in like incredible terrain and wild conditions. I mean, hell, Paystreak said that he put over like 2,800 hours on just this detector right here. And just recently, because he just got the new Legend, this is just the only time that he finally decided that, he may have to hang this guy up right here and retire the number. But hey, long live the Simplex, man. If you guys are new and you guys are looking for a detector that's going to give you bang for your buck value, without question, dude, Nokta Makro Simplex, man. It did it for me, and I'm glad to say that I'm sure, and I will completely second, third, and fourth give you my approval on that detector, guys. If you want to get a budget-friendly detector, man, and you're within like $200-300 range like that, Simplex. And now with the new Legend coming out, many people are going to be selling their old Simplex, so you may even be able to get it for a lot less, man. So anyways, that is all I got for you guys. Going back on the rendition series, where we're going back and taking a step back into the machines that we do have and explaining why we bought them, why we love them, why we continue to use them. All right, man. I'm Joey. This is Vegas Detect. If you like what you heard, man, please subscribe down below. Let me know what it is. If you own a Simplex, give me your story why you like it. And would you recommend it? Would you buy it again? And guys, I'm going to close this video up at that. Thank you again for watching. I'll see you guys on the next upload. Later.